Welcome back. So, like I was saying before, what we're going to be working on now are inferences and making those guesses based on some details that are in the text. So, and I'm going to restate this since you guys have already just thought about, key events and summarizing that you might have forgotten what I had said in the previous video. So sometimes an author will clearly state what a character is thinking in a story. Other times authors will give clues about characters' feelings and allow the reader to fill in the gaps. This process of filling in the gaps is called making an inference. Readers make inferences by looking at clues in the text and connecting these clues to their own experience or knowledge to make a larger conclusion. In order to read more challenging texts, readers need to practice how to draw inferences. Now, when I'm talking about drawing, I'm not talking about drawing. Drawing an inference means making a guess in your mind, okay? So when I'm thinking of making an inference, I'm going to put it in this chart to keep the information organized. So the story detail, okay, so that's going to be a quote directly from the text, my own experience, what I think about this, okay, and so what I can infer, taking the details plus my own experience. How does that apply to what's happening in the story with these characters is what we're getting at. So in paragraphs 6 and 7, sorry, I'm going to move myself. I noticed that, so this is what happens. So please, Miguel, his mother is saying, just call her Tia Lola, okay? Miguel kind of nods, kind of just jerks his head to get his hair out of his eyes. It could go either way. So in these paragraphs, I noticed that Miguel's mother asks him a question. Miguel doesn't say anything in response. He just kind of nods, kind of jerks his head to get his hair out of his eyes. Since this sentence tells me something about Miguel's character, I'm going to underline it and add it to my chart. I already know that a nod is a way of saying yes, right? When I nod, I say yes. But the fact that he kind of just jerks his head around to get his hairs out of his eyes tells me something more about his mood. In my experience, when people just kind of nod in response to a question, it usually means that they're saying yes, but they're not exactly happy about it. So from this, I can infer that while Miguel respects his mother and agrees to call his aunt Tia Lola, he doesn't really want to. So how I would put this, oh, and I'm sorry, this is the Spanish one. It just, it was too large, so I needed to separate the slides. So this is what my chart would look like. I would write the story detail. Miguel kind of nods, kind of jerks his head to get the hair out of his eyes. It could go either way. My own experience. I know that when someone nods their head without looking at the person, they might be upset. You know, if my mom is asking me to go clean my room and I'm like, I kind of agree with her, but I'm not really excited. It's not like I go, oh yeah, I gotta go do that. No, it's kind of, ugh, do you really? Okay. So this is what I can kind of guess that what's happening. It seems that Miguel respects his mom, so agree with her, but he's not happy, okay? So you're going to reread paragraph 12 and place a star next to any actions that might reveal something about Miguel's character. Now, instead of a star, you can highlight, you can underline, you could even draw a little star using the pen, whichever way you would like to do it, but only paragraph 12, because there's part of that that's going to give you a clue that I want you to fill out the chart over here. Oh, but first I want you to answer these questions. How do Miguel's statements at the end of the paragraph differ from those at the beginning of the paragraph? So there's going to be a change that happens when you're reading. What detail does the author provide between these statements? What do you think this reveals about Miguel's character? So you're making an inference because the author doesn't tell you what Miguel is thinking and feeling. you are kind of guessing based on what's happening in this paragraph, what does this reveal about Miguel's character? And this is what you're going to put in the chart. The story detail that I'm thinking about is, but then catching a glimpse of his mother's sad face, so you don't have to worry about ghosts, Juanita. Now, what's happening in your experience when something like this happens? What do you think, in your experience, what does this mean? Why did he say and switch this? Okay. What can I infer? What can I say now about Miguel that I can take from the details in this text? Okay. This is not something that's written by the author. This is you, based on your experience and what's happening in the text. What do you think Miguel is thinking? Okay. Or feeling? So that's it for English language arts. I know it's a lot, and I know that inferences can be a little difficult sometimes because it's not just laid out for you. So please come to the meetings, ask me questions, and just let me know what you're struggling with. PE, Mr. Losoya's Google Classroom code. If you didn't receive it on Monday, here it is. To add his class, you go to your Google Classroom, do the plus sign, join class, and that is where you put in the class code in order to join. I have already joined the class, so it is right here. This is what it will look like, and you guys should have something new. You don't want 4 or 5 PE. You want 1 through 3 PE. Okay. Let me go back. Thank you, Yvonne. Yvonne gave us another video. This one I really liked. It's really cool. But it is 30 minutes long. So you don't have to watch all of it today. I'll post it for today, tomorrow, and Friday. And so that way you guys can take 10 minutes each day to watch it. But really appreciate it, Yvonne. Thank you. Silent reading, half hour to an hour every day. Freckle class code is here. Get Epic is here with the class code. Sora is here. So you can check out books. Please be reading. Other than that, I think that is it. And please, oh, I almost forgot. Please do not forget to click the turn in button on any assignments that you have completed. It is important that I know that you are done with that slide deck and that I could go in and take a look at it and give you feedback and let you know if there's any errors, and or that it's just done and I could just file it away and say, okay, then that person is done with that. So that is all. Happy Wednesday. I hope you're wearing purple today. I'm wearing my David Weir purple today. And you guys have a wonderful Wednesday. I'll talk to you later.